And we're live. Welcome, everybody, and welcome, Hassan.
Hey, Steve, thanks for having me.
I am so excited you're here. Thank you for doing this. As I think people watching will know, you're notorious for building these AI apps that really do go viral, and I think most people, including me, think it's like quite a remarkable skill you have. So I'm excited to have you on the stream and to learn as much as possible from you as I can.
Thank you. I'm excited to hack on stuff with Townie.
Awesome. So now you're working at Together AI. So I thought maybe you could start by telling us, start by telling us a bit about yourself, a little bit about your background and how you got into coding and making these demos that do so well, and then tell us about where you're working now together.
Yeah. So I got into coding kind of late, towards my senior year of college. I had no idea what I wanted to do. Well, I was kind of doing an electrical engineering degree. I thought I was going to be a power engineer. And then, the more I talked to my CS friends at college, the more I'm like, oh my God, like that sounds so cool. I mean, electrical engineering is okay, but like coding just sounds so amazing. The fact that you can just create something from scratch. And that's really, that's really what got me hooked, is the ability to just create something from 0 to 1 by myself. And so that's what I started doing in my senior year of college, learning how to code. And that's when I started tweeting and like, oh, I just learned how to do this little thing, or I learned how to use this CSS framework. Here's how it works, and I love teaching. I love talking to people and explaining things. And so I was just doing it for fun on Twitter for a while. And then I got a DM from a YC company that was like, hey, like, you seem like you'd be a good fit for DevRel. And I was like, what the hell is DevRel? And so that was kind of my first intro to kind of what that was. I ended up interviewing at that place and got the job, and moved to SF and just started working in this field. And that was like 3-ish years ago. So I've just been, bounced around to a couple companies. I did that one, and then was at Vercel for a couple years, and now I'm at Together. And so I just having a lot of fun kind of just building stuff and educating folks on how to build cool apps.
Awesome. And here, maybe share your screen and like pull up like 1 or 2 or 3 of your like most popular apps, so people can get a sense of like what a Hassan app looks like.
Yeah, for sure. I can do that. Let me go ahead
and just so people know who are watching, like the overall arc of this chat is we're gonna try our best to build a Hassan viral app with Townie in Valtown in the remaining time we have, like an hour. So yeah, I'm very excited.
Hell yeah. So yeah, some of the apps that I build, so I work at Together AI. We're an AI infra company. We basically give you APIs to interact with all these different open source models. And so, you have your chat models, you have like
maybe
Llama
zoom in
3.
a bit.
Okay.
Bump up that.
Yes, thank you for that. This is our docs. And so you can see on the right, actually, let me click into our models. And so we have like chat models like Llama 3 and Quen and all these different chat models. We have image models like Stable Diffusion, like the new Flux models that came out. We have vision models where you can like send images and get them explained. We have like coding models. We have embedding models for RAG apps. And then we also do, for more advanced stuff, you can fine tune your own models, and you can also get GPU clusters to train stuff from scratch. But really what I enjoy is kind of just like using these APIs to build all these different, apps. And they're generally pretty simple apps, but I just like showing off, the different things that you can do. And so we have this page, together.ai/demos, that contains, a list of most of the apps that I've built this year. And they really range from, like real-time AI image generation, where you can say something like a flying cat.
I always do flying
another
cat.
I don't know why I always default to cats. Okay, this is kind of
I like to put a hat on the cat.
Ooh, I like that. I like
a hat
that.
on a cat with a bat.
With top hats and a bat. Yeah, but it's like, you can generate images in real time. You can go back to these images, and they all are powered by this model called Fluxional on Together AI. And it's really just like a really fast model. And so you can kind of generate images as you type. Other a bunch of different apps that do a lot of stuff. I built like an open source Perplexity clone that uses a search API to look up different questions, and will give you actually sources, and then we'll parse those sources and we'll give you an answer. PDF to chat, where you can upload a PDF and kind of chat with it. Notes GPT, where you can kind of take notes with your voice and get them summarized. Napkins.dev, where you can upload an image of like a wireframe. Or actually, I'll use this example for now, where it's like this like book an appointment wireframe, and it can try to code a very simple React app that corresponds to this right here. And so it really just uses a bunch of models from Together. This one specifically uses Llama 3.290B vision, and then it passes it to 405B to actually code it. And you can see we get like a really simple UI that's like similar to our wireframe, with a date picker and everything. So yeah, there's so many cool apps. I love doing this stuff. I'm like working on more and more. I'm dropping one actually later today. That's going to be like actually, I'm not signed into Twitter, so that's fine. That's going to be something where you can upload a picture of a menu at a restaurant, and then get the menu visualized and be able to actually see the stuff on the menu to know what it is. So yeah, those are a couple of my apps.
Amazing. I don't want to spend too much time on it. I want to get to the coding, but I feel like a big part of your magic is coming up with these ideas that in retrospect are so obvious and so popular. I feel like you'd be the first to say, like, these are all such thin wrappers. Like the advice you gave me, I forget, or maybe you gave this in a talk. It's like one API call. That's like all you get. It's like, there's like one input, there's one API call, and that's it. I can just polish the crap out of it. And get the tone right. So maybe talk a bit about the ideas that you're thinking about working on today in this live stream, and how you came up with them, and why you think they're good ideas, like how they meet your heuristics.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's something I preach a lot, where it's like you need to make, like, if you're building AI apps, at least for the start, make them as simple as possible. A lot of these apps that I've shown you guys, they all have a single API call, right? Blinkshot, one API call to an image model on Together. That's it. Everything else really here. TurboSeek is like an API call to a search API to grab context and parse it, and then one API call to Together. So really this one's two. But still, like, a lot of these apps are like very, very, very simple. And I generally like to tell people, like, my philosophy for building these kind of apps is, number one, make them as simple as possible. But number two, also make them something that looks like a real almost startup, like that looks something that actually looks really good, something that people would be excited to use, something that people would want to pay for even, like I try to set that bar of like, this needs to be really, really like professional and look really good and make people really want to use it. And then under the hood, really, it's just using one model, or it's really, really simple. The backend's really simple. And so I spend the vast majority of my time, even though all of these are like AI apps, I spend the majority of my time on the UI, on the front end. Which is a little bit counterintuitive, but that's the way I kind of think of it. And all of these, as you see, have a custom domain that I bought. All of them have, a very specific design, and I'll spend a lot of time, like thinking about how things should work, and making sure everything is mobile responsive and works really well with all these different like tools. And yeah, so that's my philosophy, basically. I'm essentially a front end engineer for the most part, and so I can kind of lean on that a little bit, and then I can write up like an API route for the backend stuff.
All right, sweet, cool. Well, let's jump into the ideas for today. I think you had two.
Yes, I did have two. So yeah, for today, like Steve said, we're gonna try to build something using Townie, which I've used I think once or twice a while ago. But I'm really excited to check it out some more and see, kind of push it to its limits, and see what it can do. And so we'll be building a Together AI example app, like an act. I'm going to try to build like a real app. And I have a couple of ideas that I wanted to run by you, Steve, and anybody else who's watching, and then we can kind of
Yeah,
decide
yeah.
what to build together.
We can take a moment to say hi to the chat and encourage people who are watching to reach out, say hi, tell us where you're from, tell us, what you think of Hassan's ideas. It's more fun if people chime in. All right, back to Hassan.
Yes. Yes, thank you for that. Thank you for that. I just retweeted as well. So
Thank you.
everybody's hopefully people come in. So the two ideas that I want to go over really quick are one of them is called Rate Your Room. And it's this idea that, people have all these rooms, where you live, where you work, whatever. And people want to improve their rooms. I have another project called Room GPT, which is like a similar thing, but it's like you upload an image of your room and you get it redesigned in a bunch of different themes. But the one I was thinking of is Rate My Room, where you upload an image and then you get a vision model on Together AI to take that image and kind of tell you what you should improve about your room. And then, we can just like format it in like a nice UI where you get almost this like report on like, here's the room, here's what we think of the room, and here's how to improve it. It's just a bunch of text. And we can also do what I do with Room GPT, which is like basically generate a few alternative rooms for people to get inspiration. And we actually just released these like flux control net models yesterday. And so we can use that for generating rooms. And then we can use a vision model like Llama 3.29 dB vision for analyzing the actual room. So
okay,
that's idea number one.
great.
Idea number two would be a choose your own adventure game. So we recently released a course in partnership with Latitude, one of our customers, on how to build AI games. And so, yeah, this this idea would just be like a choose your own adventure game. And really, like when I say choose your own adventure, I think of like back in the day when you had these like books that you would read, and you would like read page 1 and then it would say, oh, like if you want to do this, turn to page 320. And if you want to do this, turn to page 100. And those are so fun, where like you can kind of just explore your own way through books. And, trying to bring that magic into like a website and like create basically a world for someone, or let people choose between different worlds and have a character. And then like you're inserted into this like adventure, and you can decide like what you want to do and different actions to take. So that's app number 2 that we could potentially build.
Nice. I love it. Both great ideas. I feel like the second one maybe is simpler. It's just text. And and then the first one, does the first one involve multiple API calls or models, or is it just the one report one?
Yeah, the first version of that is just the one report one, but we'll probably also need to do another API call to structure the data in like JSON format. So it'll probably be 2 for that one. But yeah, I agree. The choose your own adventure one is a little more simple. So
Cool.
we can go with that if you recommend it.
I'm excited about both of them. I don't feel super strongly, and we haven't had anyone in the chat helping us decide. What are you feeling?
I'm feeling the choose your own adventure game.
All right, let's do it.
Awesome. Okay. And so this is where I'll lean on you to tell me if I'm doing anything wrong with Townie. But yeah, I guess we'll start right here, right? I just write.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Write a val that is a choose your own adventure game. Give the page a dark theme. I feel like choose your own adventure games, we want something like dark, gaming related, a dark, minimalistic look. I can't spell.
Me neither. I can't help you.
Yeah. Give the page a dark, minimalistic theme, and make it and have a CTA that says start your adventure. I don't know how much, should I just keep going, or should we see what we get and then iterate? What do you think, Steve?
Both work. I feel like you could rely on your intuition of using Cursor or other AI or V0.
Okay.
It's the same kind of thing. I'll let you know
Okay.
if I think you're going more than what can be done in one.
Awesome. So I'll keep going here a little bit. So we want to give the page a dark theme, have a CTA that says start your
Do you want
adventure.
it to be Tailwind? Or, like by default, I'll just do regular
Oh,
CSS.
yes. I'd love it to be Tailwind.
Yes, I use Tailwind. Yeah.
Use Tailwind,
CSS
please.
probably.
Yeah, use Tailwind CSS. And then I'll keep going here. Give the page a mark. Have a nice header and footer.
It'll default to using ChatGPT for the like adventure gamey stuff, which I think is fine for V1.
Okay.
And then
Yeah.
we'll go in and maybe that like the API called it together. We'll do by hand. Maybe we'll see.
Awesome. That sounds good. We're also OpenAI compatible, so we can still use the OpenAI library and just change literally 2 or 3 lines of code and use together. So
that's sweet.
We can just do that. Yeah.
Cool.
Have a nice header with a star on GitHub button on the right.
It'll have to be a like on Valtan button.
Oh, yes. All right, let's do that. Like on Valtown button on the right, and the name of the Val with a logo on the left. So that's the header. Also have a nice footer with social links and a built by Hassan and Steve on Valtown.
Nice.
Okay, so we have choose your own adventure game called, we need to give it a name. So, you know what I do actually for names? A lot of the time I use something called Domains GPT by my friend Steven. And so we can go here because also, you know, does Val allow for custom domains?
Yes.
Oh, amazing. Okay. So usually I want to come up with a name and make sure the domain's available. So I'll go here, I'll click random, and I'll say I'm building like an AI.
You just paste the whole thing.
Oh yeah, I can literally paste that whole thing. But really, I'll just do AI powered game, AI powered choose your own adventure game for now.
Yeah.
Choose your own.
See, this is the kind of insider tips that I wanted people to see. It's good stuff.
Yeah. So we'll click .io because .com, not a lot of domains are available. So I mostly buy .io or .co domains. But I'll choose .io. And then hopefully we'll get a list of potential names.
We have Jacob in the chat wanted the adventure game. So glad we chose adventure game.
Nice.
And Jacob also suggested we add an Easter egg, which I think is a great idea.
Yes, let's do that. And so we can see a couple of the names, Choice IQ, yeah, some of these are a little bit, Journey Joy.
Journey Joy, that's pretty good.
I kind of like Journey Joy.
I feel like I want something like punny, like Dungeons and GPT or choose your own.
Yes. So actually, you can also include. Let's also include Dungeon.
Or like, what are popular choose your own adventure games?
There's one from Latitude, which is who we made the course with.
Choose your own llama. I feel like that's kind of
a choose your own llama. Dungeon Realm, Dungeon on Pulse, Dungeon Haven, Dungeon Bite. What do we think? What are we thinking? Dungeon Chase?
I don't know.
Let's go Dungeon Haven.
Okay.
Let's go Dungeon Haven. So we'll just make it called Dungeon because we know that domain name. By the way, this like looks up against like real domain names that exist and that are available. Yeah. So we know that all these are available. So we'll just say Dungeon Haven. Give the page a dark minimalistic theme. Have a CTA that says start your adventure. Have a nice header with this. Also have a nice footer. Okay, so this is basically the main page. Really, and we want just like a big choose your own adventure thing. And we'll use Salem. Okay, I think we're good. I think we're good to start. Great.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I have you on Haiku. Let me upgrade you to Valtan Pro, and then you can change to Sonnet.
Amazing.
One sec. Could either can you send me in chat or let me know what email address or handle? Oh no, here's the handle. I see it. Not
Oh, you see it? Okay, great. Yeah, handle's Nella.
Okay, cool.
Okay, looks like we got something.
Why don't you refresh the page? Let's see if the upgrade worked.
Okay. Should I copy this?
No, it's fine.
Oh, we don't need to. Okay, great.
All right, cool. Your upgrade. So now you can go to.
Oh, nice, awesome. Should we regenerate with that?
Just the next time we talk to it, it'll use Sonnet, so it'll probably improve things. Well, you could try. You could try just copy and paste.
Let's try. Out of curiosity, I'm curious.
Yeah. And while that's working in the background, we can iterate on the first version.
Yeah. So this is already pretty good. I like most of my apps to have, the logo, a logo and a name. So this is great. Like on Valtown, I don't love the blue color that it used. So we might want to change that to something a little bit more subtle. It looks like they're going with a red and black theme, which I love. So we can just make it red and black. These links should also be, kind of maybe red when you hover on them or something like that. But yeah, overall, not a bad start. Can I see how it looks like in full screen? Is this how I can copy it? Oh, nice. It explores it on full screen. Cool. Explore yeah, I think it went a little too far and gave me like two very specific like things to do. Oh wow. Move forward cautiously. Oh, okay.
Just
crashes after. But that's cool. That's cool that it did that. Let's see what Sonnet did. So Sonnet, wow, I actually might like the haiku version a little bit better than
that is so funny. I'm glad we did both.
Yeah, that's so interesting.
Yeah, click start your adventure. I'm curious what happens. Yeah, now. Okay.
You find yourself an entrance. What do you do? Enter the dragon, look for another way, take the left path.
Yeah, and it crashes.
Okay, and then client side. Okay, and then it's done after a while. Okay, very good. So how do we do this? So really what I want here is I want a user, like the user experience I want really is click start your own adventure. And then we want to ask them a couple of questions. So I think we want to ask them like, what world would you like to use, or what like genre would you like to check out? And then maybe we ask them for their name, or the name of their character. So really, okay. Should we iterate on this one or the other one?
Up to you.
Okay, let's go this one. Make everything have a red and black theme. So only use one of these colors for the buttons. And then when a user, I'll zoom in. Oh, okay, I'll zoom in a bit. When a user clicks start your adventure, open up a two-step modal. Step one is asking them to choose between a list of genres. And step two is a text input asking them to put in their character's name. After this is done, the real game can begin, which should show a message that explains the world, then prompt the user to enter a text, enter in a text field what they want to do, and use OpenAI GPT 4.0 mini. And we'll change this together, right after we get this working, and use OpenAI GPT 4.0 mini for inference. Okay, let's see what that does. And so looking at the code, so this is a React app. I think it says it was a React-based front end. It used Tailwind CSS, which is great. And yeah. Okay, so this is a vanilla React app. Is it going to, when it starts writing backend code, where does that actually happen? Oh,
yeah, you got it. Right, you answered your own question. Yeah, so the right now, oh wow, neat. The a limitation of Valtown is that everything is kind of stuck in one big val. Like every project is in one big file. So we've like cleverly architected, we've cleverly system prompt Townie to know about how to write your front end code here, your back end code here, and then Valtown deploys backends, and then the backend happens to return some HTML that then imports from the very val, like on the front end, it imports from itself. So it like Valtown is kind of its own like CDN for yourself. So it's a backend that once it gets that like returns some HTML that then imports the React from the front end part of that val.
Interesting. Okay. Cool. All right, let's see what it did. So to give everything a red theme, it's a lot of red. So I'm going to tell it to tone it down a little bit. But for now, let's see what happens here. Choose your genre. Okay, this is nice. Let's go mystery, and then character's name. I'll put in my name. Being an adventure. World description. In a sun. Blah 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 blah. What do you want to do? Okay, let's see. These islands are beneath the colorful markets filled with spice and textiles. Underworld networks of intrigue pass through these alleys. Okay. Hike the mountains. I don't know. Act. Let's see. See what happens here. Oh, wow. It actually does it. Oh, it sets off on his hike into a rugged. Okay, so this actually works, which is great. We have a version that's working. Obviously, the UI could use some work, and some of the transitions could use some work. You know, like I think the world description now is hidden because it shows me this. Well, really, I want it to show everything on one big screen. Yeah, that's actually pretty amazing. It's like 2 prompts in, and it's like we have a functioning prototype.
Sweet.
This and this. Yeah. Okay. Let's just have it. Yeah, let's just improve some stuff about it. Let's have a sleek, minimalistic color theme, black and gray. Let's just do black and gray because I think for the red, it's taking it to, it's like too heavy on the red. So let's just do black and gray theme. Yeah, let's just start there. Let's just go slow, see what it does.
Cool. One little tip for you for certain changes. This is a bad example of that kind of a thing. We have like a secret prompt where you, if you include in your prompt like reply in diff, then it won't regenerate the whole val. It'll just regenerate the lines that change. The problem, but it's only useful for things that are very, very localized to a section of the screen. So like if you wanted to iterate quickly on the footer, this would be perfect for that.
Very interesting. Okay. I like this a lot better from what it had before. Story and adventure, sci-fi, Hassan, begin adventure.
Yeah, we probably need some good loading screens.
Yep, we need some loading state there. Okay, so all right, let's start there. Let's have the modal be bigger because really I want it to like take up a lot of the screen. And then the other thing we want to do, also add loading states for when the character enters, for after the character enters their name.
Yeah, whenever you're doing like LLM things, basically.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, whenever you're doing LLM call. Oh, okay. Is there any way to? Oh, can I stop?
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. That's cool. You can just stop and redo. And whenever you do an LLM call, also use streaming.
Oh, yeah.
In the LLM call. Yeah, because we want it to stream. Let's have the modal be bigger.
I find that adds a lot of complexity. We'll see. Sometimes it gets it right on the first
Ah,
try. I'm glad we're using Sonnet.
okay, nice.
Because it has to stream on the back end from ChatGPT or Together, and then it has to stream to the front. It's two levels of streaming. Yeah,
Yes.
but it could do it.
Okay. Let's see. Let's have the model be bigger and show 10 worlds.
Do you want the text size to be bigger?
Really, I just want the modal to be bigger. I just want it to fill,
Okay, cool.
and show 10 worlds. Also, add loading states for after the character enters the name, and whenever you do an element call, also use streaming element. Okay, let's try that.
One thing that I feel like would make it really great is not to mess with your thing of like keeping it simple and just one AI call, but I feel like generating images of what's happening could really bring it all to life.
I like that. So can you just manually edit and just go and edit?
Once it's done generating, yeah.
Okay, nice. That's great. ESM.
Yeah. Okay. So once you want to flip out for Together, then we could talk about that import and what's going on behind the scenes, because it's a little bit more complicated, but just a tiny bit more complicated than regular OpenAI.
Okay. So all right, start your own adventure. Okay, this is great. This is what I wanted. Really, I wanted it to give us more worlds and to be bigger in general. Enter your character's name. Okay, so we want to have it like keep the modal at the same size.
Ooh, this one, do reply and diff. Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Reply and diff. Okay, I'll keep going for now, but I just want to write that down before I forget.
Oh well, if you do reply and diff, then it'll be fast. So you could then you can shoot them off real quick. Yeah. One or the other. Either like have like 5 things you want to change in one big message, or and then it'll regenerate the whole thing, or like a bunch of smaller things in diff, and then you get a diff.
Oh, this is so cool.
But we'll see. The diffs sometimes fail and are frustrating in their own way.
That's fair. It's still super impressive. That it's
I'm worried about okay. No, patch failed. Yeah. So
try again.
No, now it'll just if you click that button, it'll just generate from scratch.
Okay. Got it.
So now you can go back to dismiss it, and then add it to your list of things like you were doing before.
Got it. Cool.
And at this point, like this conversation is maybe a little bit long, like somewhere around now, or maybe a message or two from now, you'll want to start a new thread with the same val. You don't have to be right now. All right, we'll do it in a bit.
Gotcha. Do you guys summarize history at all, or like only use the last 2, messages, or do you keep everything for now?
Right now, it's everything, and then when you start a new chat, it's clean, a new chat with the same val.
Okay.
So
I see what you mean.
Not ideal, but it's clear.
No, that works. Yeah. Okay. So choose your world. Let's go futuristic space station. Beacon adventure. Nice. I like the loading state. Didn't seem like streaming worked. Or actually, let's see now. Okay, in the year station was originally okay. Explore the station. Let's act. Oh, streaming did kind of work. Okay, very nice. Streaming did work for that second one. Okay, so you want to keep the model at the same size. You want to make it a long chat where you keep the world description, just history, where you keep history and the world description, for example, on the same page. Also prompt. Oh, actually, did this guy cut off? I think it did get cut off.
I think it's having the max tokens.
Max tokens. Okay,
you can edit that yourself.
Nice. Oh yeah, max tokens 150. Okay, so maybe we'll do like 400. Great. Keep history. Also, you keep history on the same page and clearly show what the user message and assistant messages are. Okay, let's just try that for now, and then maybe we'll rewrite to together. And with the together stuff, I think we can just go to, we'll go to our docs and we'll go to OpenAI compatibility, and we'll see that you can still use OpenAI. All we'll have to do is add a together API key and a base URL pointing to together.
Nice.
That's it.
Okay.
So we don't have to change the import.
Okay. And then the streaming will still work. Everything will work.
Yes. Yes. Everything should work the same way OpenAI does.
Wild. Okay. So cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
and then we'll change the model as well.
Cool.
Obviously
So,
from GPT-4.
Why don't you copy? Yeah. Oh, neat.
Oh, that's our old. This is our old.
Oh, nice.
Old
Yeah.
now.
So once it's done generating, I'll walk you through what's okay. So I'll just describe it now. Valtown, like we have a standard library. Maybe if you go to docs.val.town, in a new tab. So there's like the standard library section. If you scroll down in the docs, yeah. So
nice.
OpenAI is this is what. So like you may have noticed, you didn't add an OpenAI key, but like OpenAI works. And what's happening is Valtime, we proxy OpenAI and we give our users like a free amount of OpenAI, like included. So this isn't like the normal OpenAI import. So we're just gonna have to change. We're gonna have to swap out this import to regular OpenAI import, which will take 2 seconds, and then we'll just copy and paste in that together stuff, and we're off to the races.
Gotcha. Okay. I mean, we also have an SDK as well that we could,
or we could use your SDK.
Either or.
I think what's nice about the OpenAI compatible thing is that Townie knows how to use it already because it was in its training set. Like how to, unless you tell me that Claude 3.5 Sonnet knows how to use the Together SDK really well, because that might be the case. I don't know if you've played with that.
I have not played with that, so I'm not sure. But
all right, we'll stick with OpenAI compatible.
Yes, that sounds good. That sounds good. Okay, choose your own adventure. Okay, I guess it has the modal here before we start, but it's fine. It got the idea that I wanted to keep it big. Magical School for the Gifted.
Harry Potter.
Yeah, crazy. And then let's see if the chat works.
Interesting. It doesn't stream the very first one for some reason.
It could stream it in the background, and maybe the loading state is just preventing us from seeing it,
Yeah.
That could also be a thing. But okay, I can see it says narrator, which is nice, world description. So I also want to do like, can we install dependent? Yeah.
Very easy. You can just ask it like, render the markdown, and it will do that.
Oh, okay.
That one you might be able to do in diff.
And what's the diff command again? Diff?
Just reply in diff.
Reply in diff. Render
the
chat or like
the narrator's responses, or just render all chat messages as markdown.
Yeah.
Reply in diff.
Cool.
Yeah, because
let me send one more.
In my head, it's one import, which is one line. That's easy, and then everywhere it's rendering the messages, it's just going to call a function, a markdown rendering function. So that seems very diffable.
Yeah.
Very localized.
So it changed my max tokens again. Is there a way to tell it to keep one?
The best way is to start a new conversation.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, it's hard to get it to leave things alone that like have been different in the past. It's tricky. You could maybe add a comment like, don't change this. We could try it. It's prompt engineering, which I'm sure you're familiar with.
Yeah. All right, cool.
All right, it tried.
Oh yeah, React Markdown. That's awesome. This is what I wanted.
Nice.
Long chats tend to make Townie dumber and cause you to reach your algorithm faster. Oh, that's awesome. So you guys build this in to like Townie chat.
Yeah, there we go. That looks
Nice.
like Markdown was rendered. I don't know why.
Yeah, the role description is not there. That's fine. That's fine. I guess the role description is here, so it made it go to a
Oh,
new,
okay,
which
okay,
is fine.
okay.
It's okay. Um, uh, go up a skyscraper. Nice. One of them steps forward. Yeah, so it's just getting cut off because of the limit. But
Yeah.
that looks good. That looks good. So
Why don't you
let's
hit
start a
start
new
new
chat.
chat and let's do the together stuff. Let's get it on together.
Let's do it. All right. So OpenAI is
Cool.
over here. So
So
what's the main import?
so delete everything before the word OpenAI and just put npm : there.
Before the word OpenAI.
So in the string the string the string should just
Oh,
read
okay.
npm : OpenAI.
Got it.
So that's it.
Like that?
And yep, and then in that object you just paste in your together two
My
lines
together stuff.
and then we'll copy and then we'll get the key in your Valtime account.
Yep. Awesome. So we'll grab
And
this.
that's it.
That's great.
If you guys maintain the contract that it's OpenAI compatible, that's what the contract is.
we're putting it to the test.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so we have our base URL, we have our together API key.
Yeah, I want to copy the name. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, where do I get my together API key?
Nice.
Okay.
It's not a real live coding stream if you don't leak a key. So let's go try and leak some keys.
Absolutely. I'm actually not logged in this
in
browser.
Chrome. Yeah, you could go in another window and just get.
Yeah, I just realized because I did want to show it on stream, but we don't.
Oh, okay. We could do that. Whatever you want.
It's fine. I'll just grab it from here. I'm going to my together API
for the viewers at home where he's in another browser.
Yes.
You're an ARC user?
I'm an ARC user, yeah. I mean, they announced the thing where apparently they're not gonna like continue building features for it, and I was like, what the I don't know what to do right now. I'm lost.
Yeah.
I'm lost.
Okay. So if you go to your you click on your profile pic in the top right corner, then settings, environment variables. Right now they're only account wide. It's in the middle. Yeah. We're adding them at the val level. No. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Is this gonna leak it or no?
No. This is designed for stream.
Okay, nice.
We've leaked it in the past.
Yeah. Yeah, I should probably do multiple API, but this is the API key that I use for every single one of my applications.
Oh, that's so funny. Here, why don't you copy? There's a button to copy that a little bit to the right. There's a copy button, and there. Yeah, nice. Yeah,
nice.
Because it's slightly different.
Now we can go to.
Yeah.
I can go to my dashboard.
You go to Townie and then just open. There's a chat history thing. Yeah, down there.
Okay.
The most recent one. The one. Yeah, there you go.
Probably this one. 2 minutes. Okay, nice. And then we'll go down to.
Scroll down. Yeah.
Okay.
And then
so this ends up running as a serverless function.
Yeah.
Essentially, nice. It's great.
And so you just want to replace the process.env thing with this dino.env thing. In a future version of Dino, that would just work, but for now, this is better.
Nice.
Cool. Hit Command Enter and let's see if it works.
We'll just have to change the model.
Sorry.
That's the last thing. No, you're good. You're good.
You might have to change it in a couple places. I think there might be a couple calls.
Okay.
So maybe just Command. Yeah.
Or maybe just variable.
Sure. Yeah.
Model. Yeah. It says two calls. Okay. I'll just change it in both calls. It's fine. So we'll go to models on together, and we have a lot of models, but one that's really good at kind of this role play thing is Mythomax. So we'll just copy that one and put it in here and here, and we'll increase max tokens to maybe 600, 750.
Is it? How should people think about this model? Is it? It's a fine-tuned llama model? Is it expensive? Is it cheap?
Yeah, great question. So we can actually Google it, and we see like the Hugging Face link that provides a lot of the stuff here. But yeah, it's basically a merge of a couple of different models. This guy merged them a long time ago. This is like an older model that's still really good right now, which is a little bit impressive. Um, but yeah, it's a merge of a couple of different
How do you merge models?
models.
Is it done at the
I
weights level? You don't know. Okay.
I don't even know, honestly. That's above my pay grade. Yeah, but he made it open source. It's used extremely widely now for
Oh,
a lot of these choose your own adventure, chat with like a specific person kind of deal where it like pretends to be a character or pretends to do something. So it's really good for that kind of stuff. And it's a pretty small model. It's a 13B model, which is generally pretty cheap. So I can actually even go to together pricing, and we can see for I don't know if we have a specific one for Mythomax. No, I don't think we do. Let's go over here. So it's 30 cents per million tokens.
huh.
So
Look at
in our
that.
case, yeah, if we were doing 500 token queries,
Input
that
and
would
output.
be, yeah, the same. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
So yeah, if we were doing 500 token queries, this would be what, like 7,000 calls for $1.
Okay.
Um,
Very
yeah.
scalable. Do you
Yeah. So
know,
pretty cool.
is your guys' pricing always the same for input and output tokens? And if so, I'm curious why the big dogs, OpenAI and Anthropic, have different prices for input versus output.
Yeah, we have the same price for input output for all of our models. And it's just simpler from a pricing perspective. If you really drill down, there are situations where, you can cache input tokens and make them cheaper, essentially. And we're actually working on this and rolling it out. But yeah, that's a big reason why sometimes there's a discrepancy between like output tokens are really expensive because they're always new, whereas input tokens you can see the same ones, and they're generally like it's usually a little bit more expensive for output tokens in general. But we kind of just like eat that price cost difference and just give you a general price for input output.
Cool.
Yeah, cool. So we have Mythomax here. 750 tokens. Okay, I think we're good to check it out. Do I need to save?
It auto saves when you hit the preview button.
Oh, fantastic. All right, so let's check it out. Choose your own adventure, Enchanted Forest, Hassan.
Boom. That was
Yeah,
awesome.
so you can see already it's a little more descriptive than we saw before. Instead of 2 or 3 sentences, giving us a little more, and it's also putting my name in there, which is awesome.
Mhm.
So I don't think the other model was kind of doing that, and so it's telling me, oh, I found myself at this edge of the forest. I approached cautiously. Suddenly,
Mhm.
a low rumble shook my feet. Without hesitation, I drew my sword and prepared to face the beast. And so now it's like, what do I do? So I think it gives me a much more realistic situation to respond to, whereas the other one was kind of describing a world.
Mm.
GPT-4 Mini was just being like, oh, like there's this world, this is called the Enchanted Forest, it's this and that. Whereas this one actually kind of puts me in the world, right? And it's like, hey, like, okay, I drew my sword. Now I can, slay the beast, or do whatever I want to do. And it's also pretty fast. It's a
Yeah, so
because
fast.
it's a
Oh,
small
because
model,
13B.
13B
Yeah, yeah,
model.
yeah.
Yeah, super small model. So it's pretty cool. This is actually working quite nicely. The next scene, praising his victory. I think the forest creatures. And so like you can kind of, yeah, I like your idea of putting images in here. Maybe that's the next step with a little bit of our time. What, do we have 10 minutes, I think?
Yeah, yeah. So we have something included in Tiny System Prompt on how to like include images. So you could just tell it to do AI images and then see what happens, and then we can
Okay.
migrate it over to Together if we have time.
Okay, great. With each narrator's message and user message, and each user message generate an image of what's happening. Hyper Realistic, high quality. I don't know.
Sure.
All right. I don't know if it's gonna take that up in the prompt. What do you
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
use under the hood?
It's I think it's like a Flux thing
Nice.
on what are they called? Just I think that I guess technically this is maybe one of your competitors, one of Fall's
Val, yeah.
Val thing,
Val's
yeah.
great. Val's
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
They have a lot of really cool models.
Yeah, so
We
yeah.
no, go ahead.
I could show you actually. It's in Townies. Oh, I lost you. Are you still there?
Yes, I'm still here. Sorry, my camera died. Very unfortunate. I'll have to wait a few minutes and then I can hop back on video.
Okay, cool. No worries.
But I'm still here though in the meantime.
Lovely. So someone at Fall made like a Valtime proxy of Fall, and then someone at Valtime made a kind of a proxy on top of it where it's like a magic image thing where you could just hot link in HTML on the client. We do like the domain / and then you just like describe the image right there in the URL, and then boom, so I think but I don't know. I maybe if you zoom in a bit, I can see if this is using that or if it's doing something else.
Generate image function is able to generate image URL.
Okay, so maybe it's doing it by hand. Yeah, I don't know if this is gonna work. We'll see. We've been blessed with like no bugs so far.
Yeah,
normally,
it's been
normally there are
pretty
bugs.
good. Yeah, you create a storyteller. Yeah, I love that it wrote a system prompt for me and create a brief. Like this is pretty amazing, honestly. So shout out Townie.
Nice. Generate image.
Here,
Oh yes, go to that generate image function. What does that do? Oh yeah. All right. So that's what I'm talking about. What's interesting is, or like the mistake it's making is like it doesn't need to generate on the back end and then send it to the front end. It could just hot link.
Right.
And you could say in diff like hot link to that URL on the front end, don't generate on the back end. No, it won't be a good diff actually. I'm realizing because it's kind of like all baked in how it's working. Yeah, just you can go ahead and
let's try
it.
Let's try it. Why not?
And
cool. So choose your own adventure. Cyberpunk Mentalist. Let's go Steve this time.
Nice. I feel like the character's name will influence how it looks.
Yeah. Oh. Oh, wow. All right.
That's a hilarious thing for me to say right before I
Oh my God. Wait, why?
I don't know.
Steve, a seasoned netrunner. Okay. Steve's target is there alone. It's time to get to work.
Oh, maybe that's my target.
Your target. That's your target. Okay. All right. And we got scene visualization didn't work, but this other one did, which is kind of cool.
So random.
Ask the target out to coffee. Let's see what that does. Okay. As a narrator.
Oh my goodness.
All right. We got a little coffee mug. One of them is failing for some reason every time, but the other one is working.
Yeah. Right. So funny.
I'll take it. But yeah, it's pretty I think this is pretty awesome. All the functionality is there that I would want in this app. I think now it's just a matter of iterating on the UI and figuring out, what's the cleanest way to look at all this, figuring out like, I mean, the streaming even works, which is awesome. But yeah, maybe making this full screen instead of having this in a modal, having it be like a separate page. Yeah, so really it's mostly UI work at this point.
Totally.
Making sure it's responsive. I don't know if it is. I don't know how you can you test that as well? Or you can just do this.
How do you work in like normally? Are you using Cursor? Are you editing Tailwind CSS classes by hand?
Yeah, so normally I use Cursor and I kind of do everything from scratch. V0 and Bolt have been interesting lately, where like sometimes they give me some cool ideas, but generally I'll just go to Cursor and start coding stuff. Sometimes I'll have like, I'll have, my brother is a designer, and so we'll have him design some of my apps sometimes. So it's really like sometimes I'm starting from a Figma from him, and sometimes I'm just starting with like this. Like I want to build this app. Like I know I need like a little header. I know I need a footer. I know I need a little modal or whatever, and then I'll kind of just keep iterating on it and until I get to something that I like.
That's a good another tip. So let's go over your tips. So one was or like your tools, your stack. You obviously
Yeah.
use together. Another one is that domain finder, GPT domain something.
Yeah, domains GPT. Yep. I
Okay.
like to use that one as well.
Let's shout out your brother. Is he looking for people watching this video to reach out to him to for design work? That's I knew your
That'd be
designs were
awesome.
good. I didn't, but now we know the secret.
Yeah. Let me pull him up on the screen real quick. So Yusuf UI UX. Yeah, he's a freelance designer. He is he's available for work. So yusufl.com is his website, or Yusuf UI UX on Twitter if you want to reach out to him. He does a lot of my apps lately. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with how they turn out. So
All right,
yeah,
fantastic.
he's doing great.
Cool. Any tips or things you want to mention before we call it, or any final features or bugs you want to do? Anything come to mind before we sign off?
Anything else before we sign off? No, honestly, it's pretty impressive that we got something working so well, using together to generate all this stuff, generating images. Yeah, so pretty awesome. I think like these are a great starting point for a lot of the stuff. And like I said, just stuff is just on the UI at this point. So
Sweet.
yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much, Hassan. This was great. Really appreciate you jumping on the stream, and keep doing what you're doing. You're an inspiration.
Thank you. I appreciate that, man. Thanks for having me.
All right, here,
All right.
I'm going to hit the end stream button, but you can hang around.